Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your mid-July 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Cancer. Okay, my crabby pants clients and subscribers. Hopefully you're not so crabby pants as maybe you thought you were going to be. At the end of July or mid-July. So I am back again using my regular Shadowscapes deck, and this is by Stephanie Puy-Moon Law. And people ask me where they can get this deck, and they can find it online. The thing about this deck is this deck is my approach to things. So I made the meanings on this deck. So it's different than any other deck you're going to find in the world, because this is my take on this deck specifically, and I have 4 decks that are just like this. So where I kind of have really interpreted them differently than what the book says. It's what I think of them as. So yeah. So let's see what you guys get. Hopefully July hasn't been too crazy for you. Interesting. Again, this is your, wow. Cancer, this is wild. You've got a wild July. I almost don't even know what to make of it. Okay, so again, this is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in Cancer. You have the number 1 player card, the number 2 player card. You've got 3 guys that are coming and going, okay? So we have Cancer females, you're going to be very active at the end, mid to the end of July with some guys, okay? Now this may be you, Cancer, in the center of everything, Cancer guys, okay? Cancer ladies, I don't see you in this reading too much. You may be contemplating a divorce or a breakup with some of these guys. You may be very distracted by other things. Okay, so my Conan O'Brien move is this guy, okay, rides his way. He's on a horse, okay, so he rides his way into your life and then changes his mind, gets scared, and runs out, okay? This is you, Cancer, riding in, but I feel like at the same time, you're riding in, there's another guy riding out. Okay, so we've got another one. This is the guy that's chasing, usually the chaser. Okay, so he's out, he's got a chase thing going on. So he chases and then he turns around and then switches directions, and he's riding out. And then this guy's also riding out. Okay, so this is usually, I think that this is you, Cancer or Scorpio. Traditionally, this is a Scorpio male. I think of this as primarily Scorpio male, but it doesn't have to be, okay? It can be a young Taurus, young Capricorn, a young Aries male, okay? But I see this as being the Scorpio males, usually. And this is typically an Aries male, but not always, okay? All 3 of these guys could be you, and they could be aspects of you. So in the distant past, you were moving on. You were kind of driving too fast. You're going too fast, and you were, really concentrating on your goals. Okay, very goal oriented. And I feel like you've turned into, since then, you kind of turned into this player who's playing the field. Cancer guys or Cancer ladies, you may be dealing with a player, okay? I feel like predominantly that's what I want to tell you. You are dealing with at least, I feel like, 2 players, at least 2. There could be more than that, okay, for some of you. there's a lot, again, a lot of movement, okay? So he's going, okay? He's going out, okay? He's coming in, okay? He's coming in. And this one is confused and has run for the hills because they're scared, okay? So, again, you could be playing the field, running for the hills, and no longer really concentrating on anything. I feel like you're very distracted right now. Cancer females, I feel like, your main issues are, you've got tunnel vision. You're not really focused on, really, again, it's the journey, not the destination card. You're not really living in the now moment. You're living in the future, okay? And recently you were living in the past, okay? And what's kind of with the Two of Wands, and you may be focused on the future again, or you may be, kind of trying to get someplace in career, and you might actually get there, Cancer. This is both Cancer males and females. You might get somewhere here when it comes to career, which is a miracle in itself because you have all this craziness going on in relationships. And you have the Nine of Wands, which is waiting, okay? So Cancer females, you may be waiting on a guy who's kind of zoomed out of your life to come back, okay? Chances are he's not going to come back. He's out. He's moved on. He ran, he got scared. I don't feel like he's coming back. If there was a guy coming in, or if there was what's coming in from the universe, whatever that would be, you got the Death card, which is change, which is transformation. So when I say I doubt he's going to come back, and of course this is a general reading, so you need to do a private reading with me to see, for sure, what I think as far as if he's going to come back. But I really think that this guy is the player, and is, or at the very least has gotten scared, or at the very least has decided to move on, okay? But you've got the Death card, which is transformation. Transformation on all fronts. We are talking career, we are talking relationships, we are talking, where you live, because it's meeting up with the Six of Swords. Some of you may be moving. Okay, message me if you are moving. This is the freedom from worry card. Okay, also, this is you not worrying, okay, as much. In the future, this is moving away from, being very stressed out. This is, basically, and this is immediate. This is not like 3 months down the line. This is, mid-July. So it's a real shift from this chaos and turmoil in relationships into this, moving away, moving out of, stressful times. You need to stop waiting for him to come back. You need to let him go do his thing. Because I feel like, and I say he, it could be a she, okay, as well. I feel like that he's really just doing his own thing. That's what's going on. And you got the Do Not Worry card here. So you got the Do Not Worry card and the Freedom from Worry card. So as much as you think you have to worry about financially, or you think you have to worry about for the kids, or you think you have to worry about for your bills, you don't. I don't feel that way. And the outcome is the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is temper, Cancer. But it's also divorce or separation. So some of you there's going to be change on that front. Okay, there's going to be some change there. Some of you may just be spending a lot of alone time and not really engaging with the world, and you need to. It's not really good for your emotional state, okay? It's good that you are, you have the Six of Cups in the emotions, and that's a sweet place for you to be, Cancer, because that means you're concerned about your family, you worry about taking care of the kids, you worry about making sure everybody gets fed. That's a good place. In a way, that's a good place for you to be. I don't feel like you're depressed. I don't feel like you're in a funk. I don't feel like you're any of the usual things, wallowing that you could do. I feel like you are, for the female Cancers, you're either in two camps. You're in the focus on your family and the kids, or taking care of yourself and your life, or you're in the camp where you're very distracted by relationships. Or it could be both. where you are very focused on your kids and your family, but, you're distracted for whatever reason by a player dude. Someone who's either playing you or someone who's um, just not really in their full integrity, or they're not really fully committed to you. Okay, they like their freedom. Now, Cancer guys, there's a lot of guys going on in this. So you may be gay, you may also be playing the field here. Okay, there may be some guys. However, I feel like for the most part, I feel like these three cards, the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Cups, are different aspects of you. Okay. Not for everybody, because again, Cancer females, you may be dealing, you're dealing with these guys. I feel like there's three guys. They're very different. Okay, they are very different. But say it is you, Cancer guys. Right now you're kind of letting things play out. Maybe in the past, you were doing some chasing. In the distant past, you were very, you're driven in a way to succeed. You were concentrating so much on, going to work, eating, coming home. That was it. And in the future, it's almost like you're a player now, but like you're going to be like a super player later on. And, how do I say this, Cancer? For Cancer guys, this is almost not the way to go. You don't want to be the player. You want to have some integrity. You want to have some, I guess, you want to have some self-respect. Okay, and you want to accept yourself, and you want to have fun, and I get that. But at the same time, you need to I feel like focus in on other things besides the drama or besides the game. I feel like you're in the game too much. Okay, I think I was just telling Gemini to stop. To need to get back in the game, or I think there was another sign that I was telling that too. But you are in the game too much. You're playing a good game. You're focused on the game of life, not the reality of life, not the real life, not the good stuff. It's time for you to like re-engage in the good stuff of life again. Okay, rather than being so worried about he said, she said, did this, did that, going to work and coming home. There has to be more for you. There's more to you than this. I know there is. And so you have to kind of move past this phase where you're, becoming like a super player. It's sort of like right now you may be dealing with several different people that you're sleeping with. In the future, you're going to be dealing with more than that. And that's, in a way, it's kind of going to be bordering on unhealthy for you. Okay? I usually say if you're single, fine, you can fuck everybody in the universe. But at the same time, it's not really healthy. And it doesn't really get you where you need to be in relationships. I mean, some people are single their entire lives, but most of those people are really unhappy deep down. So I'm not saying you have to be in a relationship, but I'm not saying you can't go out and have fun and have sex with however many people you want, but I feel like it's bordering on unhealthy. I think that part of it is the game you're playing, and part of it is the fact that there are so many people involved, it's getting kind of out of control. Like, I can't really make too much more out of this reading because it's just there's so many people. You're just around a lot of people. Either you're really social, you're partying a lot, you're around a lot of family members. To me, this is a wild family. I really don't know what to make of this family. Okay, this is a family that's kind of what I would say. It's not bad per se, but it's kind of disjointed, where there's just a lot of different personalities, and they're all going in different directions. It's very disjointed. It's almost like Cancer for the end of July, for the second half of July, right around your birthday, it's sort of just like you are going in a million different directions. Okay, you're going over here, you're going here, you're going there, you're going there. I mean, it's just like you're going everywhere. You're like a bee. You're like a busy bee, and you may come across this Queen of Wands here, so you may get into a relationship with an Aries, Capricorn, or Taurus female, although I would advise against it. You may be in a relationship with her and not want to be. There's something about needing to get what you want. Cancer females, there's also something about being determined to get what you want, okay? And knowing that you will, and I feel like you're going to. The thing about the Queen of Wands is she's a little bit, can be a little bit of a bitch sometimes, so you got to watch out for her. She can be quite cunning and manipulative, too. I'm not saying that she is negative, although I feel like the reason that you want your freedom so badly is something to do with her, and I don't know why. And maybe you were in a relationship with her, maybe you're still in a relationship with her. Cancer females, this could be somebody in your life as well that you know. This could be your mom, your sister, could be even a daughter. I don't see her as being like a daughter, though, mostly. I see her as being kind of like an independent agent, like a CIA agent or something like that. She's kind of just like a tough cookie, She's tough, but at the same time, she loves kids. Kids love her. She's usually quite stunning. She's usually quite beautiful. So, Cancer guys, you may be in a relationship or were in a relationship with an Aries, Capricorn, or Taurus female, okay, who is very beautiful. But at the same time, she was really manipulative. And all you really want right now is to play the field and to go out and fuck as many people as possible. And I don't blame you. But I'm saying at some point, you really want to stop and think about what you're doing because she's not worth it. And I feel like in the end, by the end of July, if you're in a relationship with this girl, you're going to break up with her. Like, it's going to be done. And you need to. Because all of this other nonsense, going here, going there, doing this, it's just not helping you. It's creating a lot of confusion and craziness and drama that's just unnecessary. That's kind of how I see it. Sorry, there's a thing going in the dryer and it was just making this loud sound. So Cancer females, I pulled another card for you guys, and you got the Fool, which is needing to take a leap of faith, okay? Which is, it's coming up right next to the Death card. So it's like going into the lion's den or leaping into you may be going into a lion's den with something going on in your life. Or you just may be leaping into the fire and you may not know how to really handle it. There may just be a very heated argument with someone at the end of July, or it just may be that you're on fire to kind of go and do things and travel. This is the card also about traveling, taking a trip, if this is flying somewhere. This is also one of the moving cards because you have the Death card. It can indicate, and as well as the Fool, this can also indicate moving. You have two moving cards. I just feel like July is a really change agent month for you. I mean, it's your birthday month. It's a change agent month. And I just looked up at the clock and it was 5:54, and I was like, thank God it's not 5:55. I can't stand 5:55. The numbers are really about change. So it was interesting because I looked up right at that time, right when I said change, and it was 5:54. So it's just a matter of how you deal with these changes. I feel like these changes are going to be very good for you, Cancer. I don't feel like these changes are really negative. There are really no negative cards in the deck, with the exception of the Queen of Wands, who can be a little bit hardcore and a little bit manipulative and a little bit cunning. And the waiting card, if you're waiting on a player, Cancer females, or waiting on a guy, that is negative. It disempowers you. It's better to move on and go, try something new than to wait for him. But there's really nothing blocking you. This is actually, in a way, it's a great month. In a way, at the end of July, it's really going to be good for you because I feel like you're going to get some conclusion about what's going on. There may also be some kind of legal thing going on for you, too, because the Temperance card is the law card. I see it as being a law card. You may work in a law office, or you may be a lawyer. Message me if you're a lawyer. Or there's just maybe some legal thing going on at the end. But it's just also, to me, it's a nice conclusion to all this madness. Because you need things to kind of going into August. In a way, you need to start new, fresh. You have the Death card, which is change. It means that you're not going to be able to get through the rest of July without making some significant changes. And the Death card indicates changing everything. Like you waking up one day and not even recognizing. Like I look back at my old self, the one, who was living in Virginia not that long ago, and I don't recognize myself. I'm completely different. I live in a completely different state. I eat different foods. You know what I'm saying? I live in a, different apartment. It's like a whole life. It's like a whole different life. My job is different. I was working at the law firm then. So it's just like, it's just one of those things where you're going through a transition and a process. And it's going to, I feel, go very smoothly for you. So, keep your chin up if you're having any difficulties in relationships. I want to say it's time to break up and it's time to let those go. If there's any kind of manipulative or cunning type people, okay? Not if things are going great. I'm not saying if your relationship is with your partner is going great. I'm not saying that at all. But there's two players in this reading here. And one of them, Cancer males, you may be in a relationship with a Pisces male as well, okay? And I feel like that card, the Nine of Cups guy, is really you. I feel like he's you because you want your freedom, because you're done. You're done in a relationship. There's a relationship I feel like you're done with. And it's just really a matter of time. I feel like this month is really going to be wrapped up with nice and snugly for you. Excuse me. And things are going to really change, but for positive ways, in very, very positive ways. So that's all that I'm getting for you guys for right now. So I'm going to leave you with that. Feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com if you'd like a private reading. And feel free to check out my YouTube channel, the About section on my YouTube channel that has my pricing and it has my hours. And yeah, so thank you so much for messaging me. I do read everything. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for subscribing and Google Plusing and liking all my videos. So I send you big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care.